Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are for the remainder of the Bulletproof for this week. This is number 17, part 2. We started off Wednesday, and I've still got a large number of chips to draw here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And hopefully everybody's doing great. I don't see anything in the chat yet. It looks like nobody's actually said anything. I hope I'm making enough noise for everybody to hear me and see me, know what's going on. Here's one for Adam. Here, let me turn my lamp on here. There we go. Get enough light on the subject. All right, there we go. Adam is going to get our next one. That's Coins and Ghouls for you. Let's see what he gets. Hello, Ant. Here's a 1985 proof. Let me get this focus a little bit better for coins that are above the level. There we go. Our names are going to be a little bit out of focus, but the coins should be nicely focused, and that's the important part. Let's see who's next. Stanley. Stanley comes up next. I'm going to get all these packages mailed tomorrow. So many of my people were involved in this proof pull that I decided just to hold off on finishing postage for everything and get them all out tomorrow. So I'll be taking them up to Raleigh with me. Hello, Lisa. Here is Josie Fletcher. Josie, let's see what she gets. How about a 1987 proof for Miss Fletcher? And next up, oh, there she is again. How about that? Josie Fletcher again. This time a 1956 proof. Well, she's got herself to where she could start a roll of stuff like that. I know that she's gotten a lot of wheat cent proof coins in the pulls that we've done so far. How you doing, Aunt? There's Jim Fletcher. There's Grandpa. Let's see what he gets. He gets a 2018 proof. Next up, Mickey Fur. Let's see what Mickey turns up with here. He gets a 2015. There's a 2015 proof there. Now, next up, let's see. Taco John. Taco John. My attention may be diverted at times. I'm watching some storms go right through the area where I used to live. And there's actually tornadoes up around Millington and Drummond, Tennessee right now. And that's in the western part of Tennessee where I used to live. So I'm just kind of watching that and kind of got my ear to the grindstone, making sure that the people in the path of it are okay. I've already called a couple of people and told them that they need to be alert as to what's going on with the weather. There's a 1990 proof. Happens to have a mint mark, which I would expect all 90S's to have a mint mark, but there are some out there that don't, and they're rare, and they're very valuable. Paul Hampton up next, 1988. An 88 proof for Paul. Up next, Parvez. Parvez next with a 2010 proof. 2010 for Parvez. Oh, Cap Morgan. And here's Carl. Carl Ignatz. Carl with a 1973 proof. 1973 for Carl. And let's see what comes up next. Crispy. Carl, then Crispy. Well, Crispy comes up. Oh, boy. There we go. There's a good one. 1954 proof. 1954 proof. There's a good $15, $20 coin for you. 1954 proof for Crispy. What is next? Shay Shay. Shay Shay is going to come up next, and he's going to get a 2008 proof. 2008 for Shay Shay. Oh, Malcolm. Good evening, sir. And Techstar. Good evening to you, sir. Here is Adam Chambers, also known as Coins and Ghouls, 1977 this time, 1977. Next up. Well, would you looky there. There's Techstar. Techstar gets a 2016 proof. 2016. Patreas Adrakis. 1993. 93 proof. Wanda Williams. 1996 S proof. 1996 S proof. If you happen to be in or near the Covington, Tennessee area right now, tornado getting ready to head through your area. Pretty nasty looking thing on radar. 1972 S. 1972 for Ted. Oh, Mr. Worley. And Born Rebel. Good day, good day, good day. I got packages for both of you going out tomorrow. Mark. 2007 proof. 2007 proof for Mark. Next up. Doug. Doug Rizak, 1969S. 1969S proof. Back to Josie Fletcher. Miss Fletcher, 1997. 1997 proof for Miss Fletcher. Storm's making a right turn. That means it's getting stronger. Mark. I did do a little bit of dabbling in meteorology back in my day. Mark. 2001. 2001 proof for Mark. Yeah, I probably listened to the weather radar as much as to the weather radio channel, the National Weather Service, as much as I listened to any music. When I was a kid, I followed the storms as they went through the area every single time. WHK 48, National Weather Service, Forecast Office in Memphis, Tennessee. Cookie up next. You needed the 2016 proof. Awesome. Here's an 85. 85 for Cookie. I don't think Cookie's in the audience right now. Don't forget, folks, hit that like button when you come in. We've got, 13 viewers in right now with 9 likes. Those likes help bring other people into the channel, and that's something I could definitely use. That kind of support from you is just as good as actually making any money and keeping the kitty going. Yeah, I've lived in the lower 48 most of my life. I've never lived in Hawaii or Alaska. However, I have lived overseas. Mickey Fur. I spent quite a bit of time overseas during my military stint. Here's 1957 for Mickey Fur. I spent a grand total of about 7 years overseas in different locations. Next up, Wanda again. Got a piece of paper stuck to my finger. Hang on just a second. There we go. Wanda. And Wanda, the next coin. 1978. 1978 for Wanda. Next up, Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray gets a 1961. 1961 for Kelly Ray. I've been to Alaska. Probably not the part you're from, but likely not the part you're from. I don't think there's anybody from the part of Alaska I've been to. Parvez. Parvez up now for a 1986. I've been to Shemya, which is a rock out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, out in the Aleutian chain. It's part of Alaska. Not the good part. Stanley? Not one natural tree there. Stanley, 2007. A 2007 proof for Stanley. And Techstar. See if we get Techstar something else he needs. How about a 1992? 92 proof. And then there's Paul Hampton. Paul, 1971. 71 proof for Paul. 71 proof for Paul. How much more confusing could the words be? Wanda. Wanda up next with a 2005. 2005 proof. I'll tell you what, Born Rebel, you're not missing a whole lot by not going there. All right, Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray up next. 2013. Hello, Roy. Good day, sir. Kelly Ray with a 2013. Next up, Ronald. Ronald Magany with a 1994. 1994S for Ronald. Next up, Mark. Mark gets a 2019. 2019 proof for Mark. Let's see what we have next. Born Rebel, here we go. Born Rebel gets a 1975. That is the first year of proof-only issue for the S-Mint. It's the first year that Lincoln Cents were, all of the ones with S-Mint marks were made in San Francisco, and they're all proof. 74, they made both Business Strike and Proof Cents in San Francisco. There's Kelly Michaud. Kelly Michaud gets a 2015 S. 2015 S. Let's see. I rearranged things here just a little bit. Hang on. Let's see. How do I work this? There you go. Start a new empty box. That'll make it a little easier. Grab this. I'm running out of room there. Okay. Now, Sureg comes up next. And Sureg, 1977. 1977 for Sureg. Hello, Jesse. Any 64 proof Lincolns? Yes, there are 64 proofs. Bo Palmer. Bo pulls a 2014 S. 2014. Uh-oh. Got a bonus. Who does the bonus go to? Goes to Doug. Doug gets a bonus. You're asking about 64? There we go. There's 1964 proof and a 1962 proof. Be watching those for double dice. They're not uncommon those years. Next up then, Kelly Michaud. Kelly, 1986. 1986 proof. And now Jesse. Jesse gets a 1973 proof. 1973. Next up, Crispy. Crispy now, 2010. 2010 proof for Crispy. And Born Rebel back again. Back again this time. Oh, how about that? 1958. A nice wheat cent proof. This is the last year for wheat cents. So you got a nice wheat cent proof. Born Rebel there. Up next, Miss Sissy. Sissy gets 1985. 1985, us. 1985. Here's James Worley. Mr. Worley now with a 1962. Ooh, that one's got a spot on it. I'm going to give him another coin. 1996. 1996. Mr. Worley will get two of them. So I don't like that spot on that 62. All right, here we go. Another one. Shay Shay. Shay Shay, 1978. 1978. Next up, Mr. Fletcher. Let's see what Jim got. Another 1962. Another 1962. And Josie. Grandpa and granddaughter come together. And Josie this time, 2011. 2011 proof for Josie Fletcher. You guys might notice if you look in the schedule for tomorrow, I had originally scheduled the reveals for tomorrow that were supposed to happen today, and I have rescheduled them again for Sunday. I just found out this evening that my wife wants me to take her to a mineral and gem show this weekend up in Raleigh, so when she wants to go to a collectibles show, I am there. When she gets interested in collecting something, that's where I'm very supportive. She supports what I do, I support what she does. So we're going to be going to the gem show tomorrow. I don't know exactly when we're going or how long it's going to take, so I have scheduled, tentatively scheduled all of the reveals for Sunday. I may actually bring them back to Saturday if we get back home in time. Here we go again. This is Patreus now. Patreus. 1987. 1987. And here we go with Kelly Ray back again for another coin. Let's see what she gets this time. Last coin in this box, 1989. 1989 proof. Okay, so these, I'm going to take some of this and move it over here. That way that box won't tip. I'll pull it out of here. And new box out. This one will take care of everybody. No more needing to move stuff around. Patreus comes up next. Patreus gets first coin in this box. It's 1986. 1986 proof. These coins were all placed into the box totally at random. They were basically floor sorted. Shoved into the box, one coin after another. No idea what I'm going to run into for the next coin or the next chip. I look into the bag only when I'm getting a very short number of chips left and I need to pull them out, stack them up, and get them ready to go. Otherwise, I don't even look inside the bag. I just feel in there for another chip. And this time it turns out to be Malcolm. Malcolm gets a 2010. Coins and guns. That's right. Well, Tam likes her jewelry and likes stones of different colors and stuff. Well, I enjoy taking her to something that she likes to look at. Kelly Ray, 2014. I kind of like geodes and minerals and stuff like that. I think they're kind of cool. There's one for Parviz now. And Parviz with a 1994. 1994. Next up, Born Rebel comes back again for another coin. Let's see what Born Rebel gets. 2006. 2006 proof. Let's see. Mr. Worley this time. Mr. Worley, 1998. Make sure you're watching the reverse side on the 1998 and 1999 proofs. They're supposed to have the wide AM design, which is the same as a normal 1992. But instead, they accidentally placed the close AM design on the back of some of the 98 and 99 proofs, which would be the design that's supposed to be on the business strike. But they accidentally got proof coins struck with the business strike design in 98 and 99. The 98s are extremely valuable, over $1,000 in value because they're quite rare. The 99s aren't nearly so rare, and they're worth, $100 to $200. 1976 for Malcolm there. And move on to the next one. Jordan. Jordan Nawab. 1989. 89 proof. Nice year there. Next up, Paul. Paul gets 1957. 1957. Another one of the wheat cent years. Hello, Erica. Good evening. Here's one for Richard. Doing a proof pull for Lincoln cent proof coins. There's a 1961 for Richard. Register with the channel. Attend on Tuesday evening after the auction. We do sales for chips in the proof pull or the singles coin pull. This happens to be a proof pull. These are $2.50 per coin, and the proofs go all the way back to 1953. There's also 1960 small date proofs. There's also the opportunity to get bonuses, play a game for more coins. There's all kinds of nifty things going on here. It's kind of like a game show, but kind of like a educational show at the same time, and kind of like a little bit of a, so we even say a slight bit of gambling going on too, because people are buying chances to try to get better stuff than what they're paying for. Techstar, like this, 1958 proof for Techstar. 1958 proof cents are worth anywhere between $7 and $10, depending on their condition. And that one was purchased for $2.50. One for Jesse. Jesse gets a 1986. So, of course, with your purchases and winning better coins, sometimes you have to take the lumps and get a pretty common one. That happens sometimes, too. Here's Wanda. Wanda now. 1985. We haven't hit a proof yet in the last, 5 minutes or so. It's worth less than $4. Here's Roy Wheeler. Not that I'm hoping for that to happen, but it does. Here's a 1990 proof. All these early zinc proofs are kind of tough. They're not easy to get. Techstar again. Here's Techstar. Techstar up this time. Brings in a 2016 proof. 2016 proofs generally sell for about $4 a piece. And next up, got Kelly Michaud, one of our Canadian friends. Picks up a 1971 proof. Now there's one that's generally $2 or so. There's one for Sureg. Sureg picks up a 1998 proof. Once again, watch that reverse. You could run into something good. I haven't checked any of them. Josie Fletcher. 1956. How about that? That's sweet. 1956 proof is generally going to be about a $10 coin. Ted Evans and his very quaintly worn out labels. 2010 proof. Ted's been around for a while. I make labels for everybody who's a regular participant. So Techstar back again. How about a 1980 proof this time for Techstar? Let's see. Oh, I guess we've got about 50 chips left to go through. Here's Parvis. 2013. 2013 for Parvis. Next up. Well, here's Techstar again. Techstar, you're coming up a lot lately here. 1990 for Techstar. 1990. Dig into a different part of the bag. Looky there. Here's a bonus. Who's going to get it? Adam. That's Coins and Ghouls for you. Coins and Ghouls going to pick up a 1996 proof and a 2019 proof. That's what the bonus chip will do. Bonus chip will get you an extra coin. All right, let's see what we have next. Up next comes Frostbite. Frostbite will pick up a 2012 proof. 2012, that's a very tough one. 2012 is a very under-minted year. They're very expensive. Get a proof set from 2012 is about a $200 item. Mr. Worley. Mr. Worley picks up a 1978. 1978 for Mr. Worley. And next we have Wanda. What does Wanda get? My birth year, 1968. 1968 proof. Watch for the double dies on the 1968. Get a couple of obverses and a couple of reverses to watch for. The reverses are actually kind of minor, so they may be a little harder to detect. Here's one for Steven. Steven with a 1958 wheat cent proof. 1958 for Steven. Next up, Mr. Adams. Well, let's see what Paul gets. A 1989. 1989 proof. I'll also mention to everybody watching that most of the marks that you're seeing are actually on the plastic holders, not on the coins themselves. Most of the coins in here are at least a nice gem proof. Paul Hampton, 1976. 1976 for Paul. Next up, Sissy again. A 2017 proof. I did find out that the other day what we were looking at with the chips that had the wrong name on them, those were actually Roy Wheeler's. So I dug through all of the chips left in the bag, and I pulled the chips out that were supposed to be his and put his name on them. The last time I did chips for him, I did fewer than 10. There's 1956 for Steven. That's a very nice proof coin. And what ended up happening is Roy's, I think 3 chips were sitting on top of a stack of chips. Here's a $10 gift bonus for the next person I draw. It's a gift bonus, so they're going to get that. There you go, Ted Evans, plus their coin, which this one's a 2012, which is a very tough year. Very tough year for proof cents. Okay, so for Ted Evans, I am going to find a sticky pad. What did I do with my sticky pad? I don't know where my sticky pad went. But I'll just write it here on this slip of paper. There we go. Ted Evans and his name go on that chip, and that will be annotated where he will get $10 off his next invoice. 1998. Oh, wait a minute. Who's going to get it? Richard. Okay. Richard now gets a 1998 proof. Now I'm going to show you what I mean about the holder. See how scratched up that coin looks? Well, all I have to do is tap it into a different part of the holder that it can get scratched up. It's a very nice coin. There's nothing wrong with these coins. It's just the holders that are a little bit scratched. All right, let's see. Up next, Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray, 1995. 1995. At one point in time, 1995s were quite expensive. I mean, they were going for $7, $8 a proof coin. Now they're down to about $3 or $4. The 96s haven't gone cheaper, though. 96s are still up to $5, $6, $7 a piece. Here's Penny Hoarder. Penny Hoarder gets a toned proof, 1977. Really nice looking toning on that one. Toned proof, 1977. All right, let's see what's next. Adam? Coins and Ghouls gets a 1989. Ooh, that one's nasty. I'm going to give him another coin. I didn't notice that one had all that rim stuff on it. How about a 2007? A decent 2007 for Adam. All right, next up, Ronald Magany. Ronald, 2007. 2007 for Ronald. Next up, Sissy. Yeah, Sissy gets a 2019. 2019 proof for Sissy. I'm going to move my keyboard. There we go. Get my keyboard out of the way. Move all my stuff back into position so that I am closer to it. My back was killing me. Oh, would you look at that? I just drew a $10 certificate for somebody. Who did I get? Paul. Paul Hampton. And Paul's coin, 1963 proof. 1963 for Paul. And I will write Paul's name on this. I do believe that's going to be all of the $10 chips. But there's that for Paul. And next, you got Mark. And Mark gets 1978. 1978 proof for Mark. And next, Kelly Michaud. Kelly ends up with a 1982 proof. All right, next up, Stanley. Stanley, 2010. 2010 for Stanley. First year of the Shield penny. Next one up, Coins and Ghouls, Adam. Adam gets a 2001 proof, 2001. For those of you who've not yet become involved in this game, it is a fun game. If you enjoy watching it, you'll enjoy more when I'm calling your name out. You register with the channel by sending me an email, coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. There's 1971 for Bo. All you got to do is send me your real name, your screen name, and whatever PayPal email address, whatever your email address is that you use with your PayPal account. That way we can send you an invoice to be a part of the show. Nice 1958 there for Taco John. A lot of wheat penny proofs in this. A lot of wheat cents. Cap Morgan Dollar. Cap Morgan Dollar. It's a 1963. 1963 for Cap Morgan Dollar. Next up, Shay Shay. Shay Shay 2006 proof. 2006. Next up here, Jesse. Jesse Minter. Jesse gets a 2007. 2007 proof. Next, Wanda. Wanda gets a 1990 proof. 1990 for Wanda. Let's see. Well, it was a nice 63, wasn't it? Next up, Jim Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher, 2016. 2016 for Jim. Taco John. Taco John up next. Taco John with a 2012, another one of the difficult dates to get. Bo Palmer. Bo now with the 2014 proof. 2014. Man, that's got a lot of fuzzy stuff on it. It looks bad, but it's a great coin. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's move on. Frostbite now. Frostbite. 1992 for Frostbite. Make sure you tell your friends and everything if they're going to be involved in this show. In order to play the game, they're going to have to be present to play the game. I can't do the game for them. And the game is very fun and very rewarding for those who play. Kelly Ray now, 1994. 1994. Let's see who's next. Sureg. Sureg up next. How about a 1989? 1989 proof. Is that? That's okay. Let's see. Next up. Malcolm. Malcolm gets a 1989 as well. Another 1989 proof. And next. Josie Fletcher. Josie Fletcher gets a 1970 proof. That one's got a big spot on it. Oh, bummer. I'll get her another one. Get that booger out of the way there. There's a 1978 for you. Instead. 1978. Let's see who's up next. Sissy. 1999 for Sissy. 1999. Now for Adam. Ooh, a 1956 for Adam. Nice 1956. Worth close to $10. It's for Adam. Next up, Ant. Ant 2242. It's a 1989. 1989 proof. Next up, we got Paul again. Paul this time, 1985. 85 for Paul. Parviz. 1958 for Parviz. I got a lot of wheat cent proofs coming out of here. Well, there's another one for Parviz. What does he get this time? How about 2010? 2010 this time for Parviz. Yes, the large and small were on the 1970 proofs as well. 1970 S proof comes both in large and small date. And there is the 1960 proof in large and small date. Here is a 1990 from Mickey Fur. 1990. Next up, Ronald. 2019 for Ronald. Next up, Stanley. Stanley gets a 1958. 1958 wheat cent proof. Who is next? Frostbite. Frostbite for a 2008 proof, 2008 S proof. Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams up next. 2014. 2014 for Mr. Adams. And we are starting to feel the bottom of the bag now. Here's Jesse. Jesse with a 2019 S proof. Probably about 25, maybe 30 chips left. Bo Palmer. If your last one hasn't been drawn yet, we do still have, I think, a bonus and a game left. 1978 for Bo. There's Frostbite again. Frostbite this time. 1978. 1978 for Frostbite. Malcolm. Malcolm with a 2000 proof, 2000 S proof. Carl. 2015. 2015 for Carl. Oh, Carl's up again. Let's see what Carl gets this time. Well, here's a 56 proof for you. 1956 proof for Carl. Congrats, Carl. Nice wheat cent proof there. Here's Jim Fletcher. Jim Fletcher now this time with a 1982 proof. 1982. Here's one for Ant now. Ant, 1972. 72 proof for Ant. Hello, Alexis. There's a lot of groups on Facebook that can help you. A lot of people that can help you with your coins when you post there. Malcolm gets a 2016. The biggest question would be what makes you think that it's something that should be graded. Because grading a coin is going to cost you at least $30 to do. So your coin needs to have that much value or more. There's Roy Wheeler. 1989 there. And I can tell you that in wheat cents, probably 75% or more are not valued high enough to grade because of the cost of doing so. Here's one for Cookie, 1969. 1969 for Cookie. Moving right along to the next coin. Next will be Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray now. 1990. 1990 for Kelly Ray. Oop, there we go. There's a game. We're going to find out how that's played for the new folks out there by going to somebody. What? What do you know? Cap Morgan, are you here? You are here. Cap Morgan. 1958 is your first coin. We're going to go higher or lower than 1958 for the next coin. Yes, Alexis, you can send pictures to cd@coppercoins.com. cd@coppercoins.com. Cap Morgan dollar, higher or lower? Let's see what you can do. By predicting the date on the next coin, Cap Morgan dollar says higher. And it is 1963, which is higher. What about this time? Higher or lower than 1963? Waiting for the lag between me and Cap Morgendollar. Here we go. Higher than a 63 is a 1990. And that is correct. Are we going to go higher or lower this time for the next coin? Higher or lower than 1990? Now remember, ties go to the player, so if the next coin is a 1990, regardless of what he says, the coin goes to him and he gets to pick again. So if it is 1990, he'll get that coin automatically. So he says lower than 1990, and this time it's a 99. 99 is higher, so the game is over. That's how we do it. Congrats to Cap Morgendollar for playing the game. You're one lucky guy to get to play as many times as you have, right? It's twice now. Let's see who's up next. Patreus? I don't think there's another. There could possibly be another game chip, but I don't think there is. Patreus, 2010. 2010 for Patreus. Who's next up? Alexis, totally the value of a coin or the merit for grading it or not is going to heavily depend on the condition of the coin. So without the exact condition of the coin or without being able to see the coin, it's impossible to tell you whether your coin is worth grading. Email to send pics would be cd@coppercoins.com. cd@coppercoins.com. Here's Sureg, 2000. 2000 for Sureg. Sand Digger comes up next. Sand Digger now with 1988. Slightly tougher year to get now. Well, Alexis, I can tell you that there are a ton of coins out there that people think are in great condition that to the educated eye are not in anywhere near as great condition as the person who owns them thinks they are. So I'm just letting you know that. I'm not trying to knock you down or anything, but chances are probably less than 10% that your coins are going to be valued at high enough grade to actually send them in for a holder. All right, here's one for Jordan. Jordan gets his 2014 proof. See, this 2014 proof right here, while it's a really nice and very high-grade coin, it is not a coin you should send in for grading because its grade would probably only turn out to be an MS67 or a Proof 67 Ultra Cameo. 66, 67, even 68 are not worth sending in to grade because even a 68 Proof Ultra Cameo in that particular issue would only be a $10 to $12 coin. You're going to pay $25 to have it graded. Ant, 1962. That's why the chief majority of all coins are not graded because they're not worth the expense or effort of having them graded. I appreciate that, Alexis. Thank you. And I will be happy to take a look at photos of your coin. The better the photo, the more likely I'll be able to tell you something useful. Sureg now with a 1982. Sureg gets a 1982. And I'm down to less than 50. I think less than 50 chips left in the bag. Probably more like 25 or 30. And next, Parvez. Parvez with a 1978 proof. 1978 for Parvez. Oh, that one's nasty. I'm going to give him a free one. Yes, Alexis. I won't be able to see it until tomorrow, but you may send them now. 1992. That's a better coin for Parvis. Don't want to give him a big spot. Well, I give it to him, but it's free. Let's see. Stanley. Stanley, 2008. 2008 proof. I may get to it a little bit later on this evening, but I don't do emails during shows. There we go, Sureg. Nothing will raise the value of a coin. A coin is only valued at what it is at the time you're looking at it. You cannot make value of coins go up unless you wait an extremely lengthy amount of time for the market to bring the value of the coin up. Sand Digger. So nothing makes coins more valuable. Sand Digger with a 1958 there. 1958. Did the 73 have a spot? Let me look at it again. Oh, it does. Right next to the date. How did I miss that? I was reading the holder, not looking at the date. Let me pull another coin here for Sureg. I'll just grab one out of the back half at complete random. What is this? 2007. 2007. That's not on the coin. That's just on the holder there. All right, so Sureg will get 2 coins. Thank you very much, Ant, for that. All right, let's see who is next. Ted? All of us are still learning, Alexis. There is no stop to that. 76, but that's the ugliest 76 proof I've ever seen. I'm going to pull a different coin. I'm not even going to send that one out. That one's just going in my copper bin. Actually, yeah, I'll just give it to him. Ted, you got yourself a free marked up 1976S proof coming with your nicer 1990S. Ant. 2010. 2010 for Ant. Put that in here and put that in here and draw again. This time, Techstar. Techstar this time with a 1976 proof. 1976. I do know a decent amount about currency. Here is a bonus chip. And this one goes to Ant. So Ant gets a 2016 and a 1977. So a 2016 and a 1977 for Ant. And here we go, Mr. Worley. Mr. Worley with a 1972 proof. 1972 for James. Here we go again. Ronald. Ronald gets 1990 this time. 1990. And next, Josie again. Josie Fletcher. 1975 this time. 1975. That's got a spot on it. I'll just draw her another coin. Why not? Another 1956. How about that? Another 1956 for Josie. Who comes up next but Mark? Mark is next, and he will get 2007. A 2007 proof for Mark. Next up, Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams gets a 1993. And let's see, up next, Taco John. Taco John pulls. Hey, Carl. A 1992 for Taco John. Next one. Adam again. Adam this time, 2010. 2010 for Adam. Here's Roy Wheeler. Roy, what do we get for Roy? How about a 2006? 2006 proof. Oh, there we go. We do have another game chip. And who gets to play the game this time? But Sureg. Sureg, are you out there, sir? Oh, Sureg. I'll give you about 10-15 seconds to chime in because I don't think you're here. Let's see. Who do I show as being here? I don't show Sureg as being present, but there's any chance he could be. Dr. T is in the house. Send the 63 DDR1 in for grading. Yes. Sureg, there's Sureg. How you doing? Well, let's get you into the game. Your first coin is a 2007. 2007, is the next one going to be higher or lower? A higher date than 2007 or a lower date than 2007? It's game time for Sureg, and Sureg says... Must be in the middle of a... There we go, lower. He's going to go lower than 2007. And we are. 1999. Next up. Higher or lower? Actually, Carl, I'm not doing any varieties anytime soon, and it wouldn't go with the group I'm sending in. Not unless you want it in an NX holder. I could send it to NX for you, but to NGC it's going to require a different submission entirely. I guess I could do it. I guess that's not a problem. Sureg, higher or lower, good sir? Lower again, he says. Lower again, he says, and he does. 1970. 1970 this time. 1970, you going to go higher or lower? Oh, Sureg. I know he's got lag. That's why it's taken a little bit of time for him to get back and forth with us and the coins. He says higher this time. And he is correct. 2015 is higher. How about next, Sureg? Higher or lower? I'm going to move these out of the way and put your 2015 back on there. You've already got, what, 3 winning coins? Yeah, you've already got 3 winning coins before the 2015. That makes coin number 4. Well, hello, JJ. Most simple currency questions I can handle. Small size currency, anything small size 1928 up, are generally not worth very much unless they're in really good shape, especially anything that has a green seal. If it has a green seal, it's generally not worth much. Lower than 2015, we got a 1992. It is indeed lower. We continue. We keep going. Sureg this time, higher or lower, 1992. generally most currency notes dated past 1950, especially the green seal notes, are not worth much of any value above face unless they are in really nice condition. So 1992, are we going to go lower? We're going to go lower than 1992, and we are. 1978. 1978 this time. Higher or lower, Sureg? There we go. Sureg says higher than 1978. Let's see what we have this time. And it is 1995. 1995, Sureg. Now don't forget, everybody, Sureg's getting all these coins for a $2.50 draw. And so far we're running somewhere on the neighborhood of 8 to 10 coins. I'm not exactly even sure how many. Hello, Frostbite. Sureg, okay, 1995. Higher or lower? He is killing it, that's right. 1995, he says higher. Higher than 1995. And it is 1990. 1990. So, Sureg ends up with, in this gameplay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coins. 8 coins for Sureg. Congratulations and thank you for playing, Sureg. Now, back to the action. Who comes next? Cat Morgendollar. Cat Morgendollar this time with a 2014 proof. 2014. Next up, Ant 2242. Ant 2008 now for Ant. Next up, Penny Hoarder. Penny Hoarder now, 1958. Nice 1958 wheat cent proof for Penny Hoarder. Next up, Cookie. What does Cookie get? Cookie gets a 1973. 1973 proof for Cookie. Next up, Mr. Worley. Mr. Worley now with a 1964. 1964. Born Rebel, did you have some special reason for 1964? Here's Richard with a 63. 63. Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray, 2001. 2001 proof for Kelly Ray. Best way or best least expensive way? I use these flips. These are they're guardhouse flips. You can get them for under 10 cents a piece. They're not PVC. The PVC flips are soft. Oops. Hang on here. Let me get one of these. Okay. This is a PVC flip. It's real. It's real bendable. Okay, that's PVC. This has polyvinyl chloride and it's got a chemical in it that over time will ruin the coins. This does not have PVC because it's very rigid. And that's a non-PVC. This is what I use. 64 Kennedy proof is going to be 90% silver. Other than that, there's nothing necessarily special about them. Well, what do you know? We got Born Rebel came up for a coin just as I'm talking to her. Let's see here, 2013 now, 2013. And next up, Cat Morgan Dollar again. I know my names are out of focus, but that's because I'm holding the coins above the level of the chips. I'm holding them up a ways, and they show better, and they're in better focus that way, and I'm not going to move the focus up and down on the coins. Let's see, we have about a dozen chips left. Well, I accented here would increase value, but not by very much. 2010 for Bo. 2010 for Bo. Oh, there's a number of double dies on the obverses and reverses of 64 Kennedys. A lot of them. Here's Born Rebel again. How about a 1990 this time? 1990 proof for Born Rebel. Kelly Michaud. A lot of times, generally, you're not going to end up finding a lot of value in the die varieties except for cents, nickels, quarters, Morgan dollars. Most of your half dollars and dollars were minted in lower quantity, and the double dies are more common because fewer coins were spent out of circulation. Wow, Born Rebel again. What is that? Well, no, that didn't. That did happen. Bam, 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 Born Rebel. No, it didn't. Kelly got the last coin. Born Rebel's just been up 3 times in the last 10. So I thought it was 3 in a row. We've done 3 in a row once before. 1992 for Born Rebel. BCW are cheaply made. They're not the best pages, but they're not PVC. They've got something else in them that's not PVC. They are somewhat safe to use. Richard with a 1976. 1976 for Richard. Next up, Jordan Nawab. 2017. S 2017 for Jordan. You're going to place your bet on Taco John or Crispy, who is going to be the last chip in the bag. The last chip in the bag. We got Kelly Ray here. Kelly Ray, 2019. 2019. I think Crispy will be the last one. Let's see. Next chip up comes to Shay Shay. Shay Shay now. 2001. 2001 proof for Shay Shay. Next up, Wanda. Wanda, 1958. Nice toned proof coin there. Let's see. I'm feeling it. Counting them by feeling. Oh, I've got about 7 or 8 chips left in there. About 7 or 8 chips left. Here's one for Steven. $1993. $1993. Roy. Roy gets a 2003. Alexis, you don't have... Wait a minute. From 1988. It's probably the pesos from Mexico, which the old pesos, the ones where they use the dollar sign, no longer have value. So the note's probably a $2 or $3 item. Taco John, 1981, 81S. They dropped 3 zeros off the peso about 20 years ago, and they have since stopped using the older pesos. Frostbite. Frostbite comes up next. Okay, we'll do it this way. I don't think anybody kept track. 2012, that's nice. 2012. That's nice. I have 5 chips left in the bag. I don't know who's in there. 5 chips left in the bag. Everybody here gets a guess. If you can guess who is on the bottom of my stack when I get down to it. I got 5 chips left there. The bag's empty otherwise. If you guess it, you'll get 5 coins for free. 5 coins out of the box right here for free. If you can guess who that last chip is on the bottom of my stack. I'll give you guys a minute or two to think about it. Get your entry up there. Okay, got Sissy, Carl, Mark, and Sureg both say themselves. Crispy. We got one for Roy there. Betting on Crispy again. Wow, we got 2 betting on Crispy. Crispy may have already had his pulled already. Who knows? Cap Morgan. Jesse says it's his. All right, we're going to start going through them. First one here, Stanley. Stanley with a 1990. We got Sureg is next. So you were close. You were close, but not on the bottom. 2010. 2010 for Sureg. Jeffrey Smiley says it's Sureg. Carl. Carl gets 1964. 64 for Carl. It could be Crispy. Here's Parvez. Second to the last chip in the box. Second to the last chip in the box. I got to cut off your guesses now. So after Mickey Fur there, no more guesses. 1990. Hello, Doug. 1990 for Parvez. Last one is Jesse. Jesse guessed himself, and he got it. He is the last one in the bag. What did I say? How many coins did I say? Did I say 5 coins for free? I think I did. I'm going to pick them at random, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Plus his next coin right there. Okay, his next coin was a 73. That's what Jesse was getting automatically in the draw. And since he got the 5 coins, he gets a 77. Here's a 82. 1982. Here's a 1962. There is a 1960. And 2019. So Jesse gets all of these. That's because he was in there guessing that he would be the last person in the box, and he was the last person in the box. Now let me go back and see if anybody else happened to guess that it would be Jesse. I've got Sissy, Carl, Mark, Sureg. James says Crispy. Then Roy, Crispy, Cap, Morgan. Jesse said himself. Then we've got Captain. We've got Crispy. Crispy. And Sureg, Crispy. Let's see, Captain Crispy, Mickey. Nope. It was Jesse, the only one who guessed it would be Jesse, and it was Jesse. So there you go. Well, folks, I appreciate it. We've had a good night. We've had a good time with this. I have a couple of reveals coming up either tomorrow if I can get back from the Gem Show in time, or Sunday. I may reschedule them during the day tomorrow, so you'll see them for tomorrow evening if I do it tomorrow evening. I probably will. I'll try to anyway. So that's it. That's all I've got. I appreciate it, folks. You guys have a great night. Thanks for joining me. And come back to join me next time. Don't forget the emails that you said you were going to send me, cd@coppercoins.com. I appreciate it, folks, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great night.